welcome back po. Welcome back to Lira in Law. I am your host, Lira Simon Kabatbat. I am a solicitor in the United Kingdom of over 32 years, and I am with the firm. My firm is called Douglas Simon Solicitors. We have been established also over 20, I think it was over 27 years na kami. So we've been around for a while, and now we are based in London, no? So welcome back. I'm glad you could you can join me. And yung nga, ang topic po natin ngayon, immigration and children nga over the age of 18. That's a part 2 of a three-part series nga natin, which is immigration and children. So immigration and children over 18. Now, let's start with the basic definition. So immigration rules define children as, and this is from the Home Office now. So it's under the age of 18, at the date of the application, not the date of the decision, at the date of the application. But what happens if they're over the age of 18? So the most obvious thing is, under the immigration rules, they're no longer considered children. No, so different rules apply. So you can't simply apply for them as your dependent. Hindi bali nga na kayo pa rin nagpapadala. I know that sa Pilipinas nga, oftentimes, I know, 20, 30, 40 years old na mga anak nyo, kayo pa rin nga nagbahala, kayo pa rin nagpapadala. In fact, kayo pa rin nagpapadala doon sa, hindi nga lang sa kanila, but sa mga anak nga nila, no? So, but it's, nevertheless, kahit anak nyo nga sila, if they're over the age of 18, they're not regarded in the for immigration rules, no, children, and therefore dependent children nga, because mainly of their age. Now, so let's look at it. Yeah. Now, so unang-una, kung over age na sila, what I normally say is, well, can they make an application on any other basis? So for example nga, kung gusto na mag-aral dito, estudyante, kung gusto lang bumisita nga, of course, visit visa, but that's only a maximum of 6 months stay in the UK. Or kung meron silang qualifications, so sabihin natin, nurse sila o carer nga sila, can they make an application under the skilled worker route, for example? So there are other things nga pwede nilang tignan. But let's say hindi nga yung pwede, okay? Because there are other complicating factors. So sabihin natin may sakit sila. So nandito kayo, matagal na nga kayo dito, British kayo o indefinite leave to remain na nga kayo dito, pero may na-aksidente, sabihin natin yung bata, yung anak nyo sa atin, over age na sila, over 18, maybe even 30, no? Or they have some kind of condition, illness, for example, no? Kung yun, then so unang-una, the adult dependent route ang pwede niyong tingnan. But the adult dependent route is really difficult to establish. And that changed considerably nga in 2012. So over 10, 12 years na nga ngayon. So it's not enough now, no, to show yung anak nyo and nandun sa atin, no, a relative abroad, and that they're dependent on you. Hindi nga yung kung yun lang problema, kung yun lang ang mapapakita nyo, hindi sila magbibigyan ng visa. Kahit nagpapadala, kahit lahat ng pera yung pumabagsak sa kanila, that's not enough. The applicants, sila, also need to establish that care cannot be arranged outside the United Kingdom. So yung sakit nila, they can be looked after, say, in the Philippines. Pero so, ibig sabihin, kung yung anak nyo, okay naman sila, no? Walang problema, wala silang sakit, then the adult dependent route is not an option sa kanila. Kung magpasok kayong application under that, then the application will very likely be refused. Okay? Most of the time, yung adult dependent route, we can rely on, I normally rely on, in relation to yung mga magulang. Dahil matanda na nga sila, that's why potentially may sakit nga sila. But sometimes, and certainly recently I had a couple of clients, a case nga where the children unfortunately have medical issues. And because of that, and we could prove it, we were able to bring them into the United Kingdom. So it's not impossible with them to succeed and to apply successfully nga under the adult dependent route, but be careful. Hindi nga po yung basta-basta. And most of the time, I would say 99.9% of the time, okay naman mga anak nyo, wala nga silang sakit, yung nga lang gusto nilang pumasok dito dahil gusto nga kayong kapiling, no? And I can see that, but unfortunately, the adult dependent route is not applicable. No? Now, let's look at this a little bit more. So sabihin natin, kinuha niyo yung mga anak niyo, no? Kinuha mo ang anak mo. Under 18 siya nung nagpasok yung application. Pero ngayon, over 18 na siya. Sabihin din natin, dumating siya sa UK. So she entered the UK, sabihin natin, or arrived in the UK at 17 years old, no? 2-3 years later, of course, yung bata is 20 or 21, even if it's so. Can you still apply for the child to continue living in the UK? I mean, anak niyo pa rin sila, of course. Yung nga lang, of course, ang edad na nga nila ay over the age of 18. Can they still apply as your dependent? Yes, is the answer. Yes, they can. Oh, to quote the Obama. All right. Now, the applicant though must not be. So there are however factors na kailangan siguraduhin na it may lead to a refusal. So unang-una, applicant, bata, must not be married or in a civil partnership. So ibig sabihin, kung dumating nga sila dito, nagpakasal nga sila dito, then arguably they're no longer dependent. Okay? Kahit nga 19 pa lang sila o 20 nga sila, bata. No? Even though they entered the UK as your dependent under the age now of 18. Applicant must also not have formed an independent family unit. Similar things. So sabihin natin, dumating nga sila dito, they meet someone, boyfriend, girlfriend nga nila, they're living out, they're living apart from you, and they're not dependent on you anymore. For example, it could even be na meron silang mga anak na, no? Then they may say, the Home Office will likely say, they're no longer your dependent, even though they entered the United Kingdom nga as your dependent. And the applicants, in the same way, so the applicant must not be leading an independent life. As I say, kung meron nga silang kasama na nga dito, meron silang mga anak. So all those things will point to them no longer being your dependent. So sabihin natin, they're not living with you because they're at uni. No, that's not unusual. They're studying somewhere else, so that's why they're not living with you. Kung yun, no, so sabihin natin, they may well ask, well, they will likely ask you nasan sila nakatira. Now, kung nandun nga lang, if they're boarding at uni or they're just at uni, the residential address is still your address. Okay? But let's say, sabihin ng Home Office, provide us with bank statements. Pero yung bank statements nga nila, iba na, no? Iba ng address. Then that means you need to explain that. First tip ko, no? Practical tip ko. Kung hindi sila full-time sa inyo, then make sure that you explain it, no? Pagka nagpasok kayo ng sulat, no? So I always submit my applications with legal representations and statements. If you can't do legal representations, at least do statements. So explain nyo nga doon, under 18 nga sila nung dumating nga sila dito, but they're still your dependent now, even though they're over the age of 18. Nandun sila sa university, for example, dun sila, dahil malayo nga, dun sila nakatira during term time, but bumabalik sila sa inyo during holidays. And explain that, no? Kung nagbibigay kayo ng pera sa kanila, even kahit konti lang, it means that they're still your dependent. Okay? But do deal with it, because I see too many refusals just because of failure to explain circumstances. So deal with it. Put it in yung statement nyo nga o sulat nga in support. Explain it. Dahil kung hindi sasabihin, hindi nila alam. Okay? Now, so even though nagpasok din silang application under 18, nakakuha silang visa, and then nandito na sila over 18, as I've said, pwede pa rin sila, they would still and should still be considered your dependent as long as, for example, they're not married, civil partnership, o kaya nga independent family unit, or leading an independent life. But it's for you to explain that, okay? And make sure also, again, a practical tip, pagka magpapasok so sabihin natin, kailangan nyo din magpasok ng application, no? Dahil kinuha yung pamilya nyo, yung asawa nyo andito as a spouse visa. Tip ko, make sure you submit the applications at the same time. Okay? Simply because I've seen also refusals. Partly, I think it's partly because of administrative issues. They're not the application ng bata is not linked the spouse application, for example, or other children who are under the age of 18 applications, no? So where you can, make sure you submit the applications at the same time and make reference to it also. So pagka nagpasok yung application ng bata, yung overage na bata nyo, sabihin nyo, please consider my wife or my husband's application also submitted at the same time. Or if you submitted it beforehand, under reference, whatever it is, lagay nyo sa harap ng sulat. Okay? So makikita nila, oh, okay, there's if you like, a linked application. Tip ko yun, no? That just means from the beginning, makikita nila actually, we need to look at it in relation to the other family members. Okay? Importante nga yun. Now, so sabihin natin, they can't come in as an adult dependent route, as I say, no, they're overage na nga, there are other things. Now, situation ito. Sometimes nga, not sometimes actually, I see this a lot, nandito yung magulang. Usually nanay ang nandito, okay? Matagal nga sila dito, nagpapadala sila sa atin, and then yung mga bata nga, over the age of 18, they come into the United Kingdom in their own right. Yung sabi ko nga kanina. So sabihin natin as a student, okay, under skilled worker, or even spouse visa, or even visit visa, or sometimes may nangyari and they become an overstayer. Now, a lot I'm asked this question a lot. Kung nandito magulang, pwede ba silang magsalo sa inyo? The answer is it's a possibility, but it's difficult. Okay? So sabihin natin, may visa nga kayo dito, somehow may nangyari sa magulang nyo. You need to look after them on a full-time basis. Kung magulang nyo nga, return dito, indefinite leave to remain. It's possible to make an application to swap that visa, or indeed, kung wala na nga kayong visa, it's possible to make an application nga on the basis of your relationship. But beware, no? Kailangan yung pakita that effectively they are what they often refer to as exceptional circumstances. And I always give this example sa mga kliyente ko. So the normal, if you like, burden of proof, no? And nandito, sabihin natin, no? Exceptional circumstances, so itong standard usually, exceptional circumstances, nandito, no? So you're looking at a lot, you need a lot more, no? When they say exceptional circumstances, they really mean exceptional circumstances. Tip ko doon, if you're going to make an application under that, importante po, medical report. In fact, bago kayo magpasok ng application, get a medical report first. Because if you're saying na kailangan nga kayo dito, siguro ang sasabihin ng Home Office to counter that, if they're minded to refuse it, is your parent not unwell enough? No? O kaya, are there other possibilities? No? So, for example, social care, okay? O kaya care home. No? So, are those possibilities? If they're not possibilities, then you potentially have a stronger case na kailangan nga kayo dito. Also, maybe you have experience, no? Maybe you have some experience, say, as a carer nga, no, sa atin. And it depends also kung anong problema nga, no? What are the medical conditions? Now, oftentimes nga Alzheimer, unfortunately, is a very cruel condition, but it can be that they have Alzheimer's, no, or some kind of dementia. And the thing with dementia is, a lot of the times, especially kung advanced na nga, no, hindi nga nakikilala yung mga tao, but they have a kind of feeling that they know you. And it's often the case nga that they get the patients nga, the charge becomes quite they get quite they have difficulties then, no, adjusting with someone else, no? So kung kayo nga nag-aalaga sa magulang nyo, then it could be that you can also put that forward, but beware, as I say, go to unang-una, have a look, check, get the medical report. Is it sufficiently yung condition nga nila, is it sufficiently serious for the Home Office nga to look at it as an exceptional circumstance? Saka hindi lang yon, no, your your experience nga, how close you are, how long you've been looking after them. So those things need to be looked at. So don't just make an application just like that under the under the family route, no, because it could be that you get a refusal, and that can be more difficult. No, if you get a refusal, then if you get a refusal, it's not that they're not going to do anything. That is the Home Office. They will say no, and then they will ask you to leave. No, and that may make it more difficult nga, no. So yun. So if you're looking to stay in the United Kingdom, nandito na nga kayo, you want to look after your parents nga, then that may be a route. Now, just on that, no, sabihin natin you're over the age of 18 and you want to come into the United Kingdom, exactly that, to look after your parents, but you want to stay for longer. Then it's possible, but really difficult to make an application under Article 8, Family Life. So it would be on that basis. But put it this way, it's really, really difficult to establish that. Dahil nga dito, kung may problema nga, may sakit yung tao, then there's possibly, you know, they can have recourse to the NHS, they can have recourse to carers, you know, provided by the NHS if they're in a bad way, or kaya some social services nga. So there are options available potentially nga in the United Kingdom. So be careful, because if you make an application, sabihin natin you make an application under, you know, Family Life nga to enter the United Kingdom, tapos hindi niyo makuha, and then you make an application later on to visit your parents in the UK, just to visit nga, no, because you accept that they haven't that you're not going to be able to stay and for any length of time. It could be that you find your applications refused, and baka hindi sila maniwala na uuwi pa kayo. So again, practical tip ko, no, don't just I often hear this, no, that especially tayo mga Pinoy, you know, they say, oh, magsasapalaran ako. That's not the way to conduct immigration applications, no. You look at what's the purpose of entering the UK, and you have evidence, no. If it's a difficult application, the more difficult the application, the more evidence nga kailangan nyo. So don't simply make an application in the hope it will happen, because it will potentially have negative impact nga later on if you want to make nga a new application or a different type of application. So beware. Okay, so it's not an impossibility kung over 18 na nga sila, but it just makes it much more difficult if you're looking to bring them in as dependent. But kung ganon sitwasyon, over 18 na nga sila, look at the other options. As I say, you know, employment in the UK, dahil kung dito sila nagtatrabaho, nothing stopping them from living with you. O estudyante sila, again, nothing stopping them from living with you whilst they're in the UK, kung kayong magulang nga dito. So that may be a better way forward, no? But yeah, no, it's be careful, as I say, no, yung tip ko, be very, very careful. Now, I think we have batian, no? So yung topic nga natin, so actually, let me just go back to that. I was a bit too quick with the batian. So that's the second topic of our 3-part series. So pinag-usapan nga natin immigration children over the age of 18. Next week po, our third and final topic in this 3-part series is children and British citizenship. But again, as usual, I'm going to try and be practical nga. Hindi ko nga lang titignan yung mga bata nga dito, but also kung dun sila pinanga sa atin. So again, big topic. So if you have that kind of concern, o kaya meron kayong mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, ganon, make sure that they stay tuned. Actually, just on that, you know, of course, na you can follow us on Facebook, and also you can subscribe to us on YouTube. So if you get a chance to catch our show nga on YouTube, hit subscribe. Libre naman eh. That way you don't miss them. You don't miss any of our sessions, which I really thoroughly enjoy. Speaking of enjoyment, yung nga batian, our hello section, no. So tignan natin. Hopefully there are people that who are going who's posted some hellos. Sandali, tignan ko. Tignan